Okay guys, I got some breaking news from Belfast and it concerns the nudge unit. You don't know what the nudge unit is? I'll tell you. Its proper name is the Behavioural Insights Team, BIT. It's a UK based global organisation now established by the UK government, dedicated to applying behavioural science to public policy. In other words, it tries to push you into the public into thinking the way they want you to think. It's otherwise known as the nudge unit. What they normally do is if, for example, someone's been attacked by one of the new people, fatally injured, or as what is the case, what just recently happened in Belfast, they send the nudge unit along and say, look, they say to the family of the person attacked, look, times are tight, there's unrest in the community, we don't want to inflame tensions, we want to calm the situation down, so it'd be really useful if you were to make a public statement. How they induce these people to do it, nobody really knows, no one spoke out. We don't know whether it's financial intimidation or what, but the families generally do release a statement calling for peace. And this is what has happened now in the case of the man who was blinded in one eye, had his nose removed, and, viciously assaulted, almost decapitated in Belfast. His family's clearly had a visit from them. I won't put the link up, I'll just read it to you, it's very brief, yeah. So the victim, that was Stephen Ogilvie. It's reported in the Independence that his family have condemned the violence and protests on Tuesday, saying they're not welcome. They don't name the family member. They don't say whether he speaks for Stephen, who's still in a medically induced coma, but they've taken upon themselves to release a statement. And they've said, we are aware of the tensions and talk of protests following this incident. We want to make it absolutely clear that overnight unrest is not welcome and peaceful protest is the only way forward. Okay, yeah, I can go with that part of it. It's this final part I can't accept. They go on to say, we have many migrants who make a deeply valuable contribution to our country, including in our healthcare system and hospitality sector, and we depend on them to make our country work. We do not want this terrible tragedy to be used to divide people or fuel hostility. Okay, well, as far as that goes, we don't know whether that is the opinion of Stephen, who's still in that medically induced coma. Would he agree with what his family is saying? Well, regardless of what his family is saying, and regardless of what Stephen himself might say, I've got to reply, I don't care what his family says. This is bigger than what happened to poor Stephen. Much, much bigger. What is happening is threatening the entire population of Ulster, Northern Ireland, and the rest of the UK. And so for them to come out and say migrants are making a valuable contribution, contribution in what? Increasing the workload of the National Health Service by attacking people? Doesn't make sense to me. No, to be honest, with regards to Stephen's family, I say this, I don't care what you think, and I don't care what you say, and I don't care what you do. Our country is more important than your libtard lefty feelings for those trying to occupy Ulster, Northern Ireland. You've been listening to Paul Morris, The Green Arrow. See you on the next one. I'm live at 7 p.m. tonight.